A very good afternoon and thank you very much for keeping it Citizen TV. This is Citizen Briefs at 4. My name is Wycliffe Orandi. Deputy President William Ruto has warned that a partisan police force is the country's biggest threat to peace, stability and unity. The DP said the police force is an independent institution and should not respond to political interests. Ruto saying the Inspector General of Police will take responsibility should the police service fail to discharge its duties according to the Constitution.
The police service have no excuse. They should not blame or try to apportion blame to any group or side. They have a duty to ensure that every citizen, their property and rights are protected. The biggest threat that this country can face is if the police service is partisan or responds to political interests. That will pose the biggest danger to our country. I want to ask the IG and the police service, the Constitution is very clear that the police is an independent service, and therefore they must discharge their responsibility as required of them by the Constitution, and they will carry the responsibility if they don't measure up to what the Constitution expects of them. An independent judiciary is the pillar to the rule of law. We expect that the judiciary will stand up to be counted as an independent institution and not to listen to any lectures from any quarters.
The vaccination drive for teachers has officially been launched at the TSC headquarters. The drive will target Kenya's 500,000 teachers, starting with teachers aged 50 and above in the first cohort. TSC CEO Dr. Nancy Macharia was the first to receive the jab, with the government assuring teachers that the vaccine is safe.
Kenya Women Teachers Association. Yes, Kusnet, please, your turn. Association, Gesha, please, it's your turn.
The availability of the COVID-19 vaccine in Kenya has come as a big relief and celebration to the teaching fraternity because of the kind of work that we do. Our interaction with children, with other stakeholders in our schools, puts us at a very high risk. I want to join those who have thanked the government of Kenya for putting teachers among the first people to receive this vaccine.
Staying with matters COVID-19, and Denmark has temporarily suspended AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine shots after reports of cases of blood clots forming, including one in Denmark. Danish authorities did not say how many reports of blood clots there had been, but Austria has stopped using a bunch of AstraZeneca shots while investigating a death from coagulation disorders and an illness from a pulmonary embolism. They said 6 other European countries had halted the use of a vaccine batch from AstraZeneca. The director of the Danish health authorities say that the Danish Medicines Agency has to respond to reports of possible serious side effects both from Denmark and other European countries. The health agencies say that the vaccine would be suspended for 14 days. It did not give details of the Danish blood clot patient. AstraZeneca has said its shots are subject to strict and rigorous quality controls and that there have been no confirmed serious adverse effects associated with the vaccine. It said it was in contact with Austrian authorities and would fully support the investigation. The European Medicines Agency EMA said there was no evidence so far linking AstraZeneca to the 2 cases in Austria. And in Nyeri County, 4 Bishop Gatimu Ngandu girls in the county have tested positive for COVID-19. According to Nyeri County Commissioner Loyford Kibara, 23 other girls have been placed in quarantine at the school. According to the administrator, 2 girls were taken ill and later tested positive. Once the school was informed, further testing was done on 4 other girls who had similar symptoms, and 2 of them turned positive. The school, however, says the situation is under control.
Hayo yanapoendelea, watoto 4 walianza kuwa na symptoms ambazo mara kwa mara tunaelezewa kwa redio na MH anatuelezea, ambazo zilikuwa zinakaa ni kama ni wagonjwa. So these ones were taken in for testing, and wawili ya hawa wakaonekana they were positive, so they were isolated. So this led now to a more thorough investigations, and what we did was a number of another 23 were also quarantined because they had close contact na hawa 4. So in that school we have 2 cases that are at home being treated, and another 2 plus the other 2, because total they were 4 isolated because they seemed like they were asymptomatic. Now the 23 we quarantined. The reason we quarantined, they had contact with the other 4. So what we did yesterday was to take samples for these 23 whom we have quarantined in the school, so that we can find out whether they have COVID or not. But they are under management through the medical officer of health. Out of the 4 that we had isolated, there are 2 that we took to Odaya level 4 hospital in the KNH.